Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Literally Whatever, our weekly show where we talk about whatever we want. I'm Chris,
And I'm Brad.
and we are back for season 33 of Survivor.
Yeah.
And in case you were wondering at home, where was the finale recap from last season? The answer is it sucked too much, and we didn't want to do it,
Yep.
so we didn't do it.
Yep.
But yeah, the analysis is sucked. Whatever.
Pretty shit.
Moving on.
All right. This is the 33rd season.
Yeah,
Um,
we're in it.
it's kind of insane. Like 33 is kind of a big number. There's a lot of
Crazy.
Survivor. That's true. Yeah. That kind of as soon as the episode started, that kind of just hit me. I was like, 33 is a fuck ton of Survivor.
A
That's
lot.
a lot. Um. Anyway. Um. I got a text. I got distracted. All right. We're good.
So, Brad, what is the theme of this season of
Oh my
Survivor?
god, the theme is amazing.
It's
This
so good, I think.
theme, it's Gen Xers versus millennials.
Wow. Which one are we? We're millennials.
We're
Definitely.
millennials, but I think
Millennials.
us personally kind of hate a
Yeah.
lot of millennials.
Hate a lot of what they choose to be.
I hate
Yes.
so much what you choose to be. That's
Yeah.
an office quote. Um, All right, so we're gonna break down this whole episode, the first episode, 90-minute episode. Before we do that, hit the buttons below the video to make the numbers go up, and then that's it. Your job is over, and you just let us
Yeah.
take over, and then we will talk at your ears about Survivor.
And you're gonna love it.
Everybody does. Yep. Okay. So Chris, who went home in this episode? Let's start there.
Let's start with the name of the person who went home, which is Rachel.
Yeah. Boom.
Nailed it.
Yep. That's I think one of the 6 or 7 names out of the 20-person cast that I actually know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, did a bad job at learning the players. But actually, before we get into this, I want to talk about your level of excitement coming into the season because, as we mentioned, the finale sucked for last season,
It
and
did suck.
we were like very heavily invested in that season, and it sucked, and it kind of killed a lot of the drive to do the show and like listen to Survivor talk and talk about Survivor. And so coming to this season, I don't know where you were, but I did not have the same level of motivation to get into it.
There are kind of two sides to it because on the one side, knowing the theme, I was very like aware that it's probably gonna suck because half of the cast is going to be selected based on properties that we're gonna find very annoying.
Yes. Yes.
And and on the other side of that, I was really hyped because I felt like, a couple weeks ago I was really jonesing for some Survivor because it felt like it had been so long since there was good Survivor, mainly because it had been a full season of crap.
Yeah.
So it felt like, when was the last time I watched a really good episode of Survivor? Long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted it. So I was hyped for Survivor, but also wary of how bad it could potentially be.
All right.
And
Well,
yeah.
easy next question. What are your feelings now that we've seen the first episode? Did it live up to any of that hype, or are you still kind of hesitant on the
There was
format?
like one tiny nugget of like, oh hey, someone's actually playing the game when Brett was like, we're gonna split the vote. And I was like, he said split the vote. This guy knows things. Amazing.
Yeah.
That was about it. Everything else was like a 50-50 split on dumb people and just getting shit on by the elements.
There was a lot of elements shitting on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Neither of which really interests me that much.
no,
But
I
I mean, I
mean,
get that they interest some people.
yeah, like you have to talk about it. They did dedicate a lot of time to it. They had to evacuate them off the beach because of the storm for the first time ever.
Yeah, crazy.
Um which yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think in terms of like the dumb people, it's a 20-person cast, which we haven't done in a long time,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a lot of dumb people, and you have to really weed them out. And I think we have to hope that a lot of the true fans of the game and the strategists that are out there don't get picked off early, or else we could be in for a rough season.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm kind of I'm kind of optimistic, I think, after that first episode. There's a cat. Hello, cat. What's your take
The
on the
cat's take is
first?
it was amazing.
Okay, well that's good. That's the kind of energy we need coming into this. Um, so yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm not quite as high on it as cat, but as the cat flies by. Um, but I am at least optimistic moving forward that this has some potential. I don't hate the theme as much as I thought I was going to.
Yeah,
Um,
they've done Age before.
they did that in Nicaragua,
Yeah.
which is not a good season.
No.
So interesting that they revisited it.
Yeah,
Did
kind
it?
of surprising.
Um, but you know, eh, whatever. You
Yeah,
got
it'll
you.
it'll hopefully just wash away after they do a first shuffle.
Yeah,
Um, the tough thing about it is that when it's something like this, the lines are gonna be very clear. Like, oh, you're an old. I'm not lying
you're
to
an
you.
old. Yes. That's a great point, and we talked about that a bit during the episode. That Jeff was pushing really hard, like to force these like divisions between the tribes. Just like, oh, you guys, oh, you're so different. You are like 35, and he's like 27. Like, holy shit, you're different.
Way different.
So different. Um, and that's dangerous because you're right. You could see these very distinct tribal lines that they might not cross if it's such a war between the two tribes as they initially start.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
We talked about Rachel going home. That's kind of all I have to say about Rachel.
Yeah, she was not good. She, it's just a classic thing of don't volunteer to do the first puzzle.
Yep.
You're gonna
10-person
fuck
tribe.
it up.
Don't do that.
No.
Seems like putting yourself out there when I mean maybe she didn't realize she was already kind of on the chopping block, but that seems like a bad call to just put yourself out there anyway. Um so that was dumb. Was David also on the puzzle? We need to talk a lot about David.
Yeah. We need to talk a bit about David. I mean, not that much to say.
He was the most interesting.
He,
Interesting.
yeah. Okay, so I guess immediate reaction to him is like, oh, there's this like nerdy guy. He doesn't really, he's not gonna be good at dealing with the elements. But if his narrative is like this, oh, I'm nerdy but also smart, maybe he'll be like a Cochrane or
Right.
Spencer or something.
Right.
Spencer was better, but anyways, I was hoping for that going in, and it was really just not. He was just bad at everything.
He was
The
really
paranoia set
bad.
in hard and fast, and it just there was no saving. There was no thinking, and there was no saving this game after like the second big fuck up. I think
Yeah.
the first thing was, calling out that one guy for, oh, he's looking for an idol. He's shifty.
Yeah.
And the second was going to look for an idol himself.
Yeah. And
So,
being very obvious about it
yeah.
and them knowing he's doing that. Yeah, he really almost like just torpedoed his own game for no reason after already torpedoing his own game for no reason.
Yep.
Like he was and I saw him initially as the male counterpart to Suri because he was so afraid of
Yeah.
the elements. They're chopping bamboo and he's like covering his ears. Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
But he
Uh,
let a bug walk on him.
That's incredible.
Right?
Like, was it a
Like, the thing is, people are doing, like, one guy let a bug walk on him, the other guy built a fire.
that's
Is it,
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
inspirational strings?
Yep.
What a moment.
Yeah, yeah, Zeke made fire for the Millennial tribe.
Zeke, his name, yeah.
Yeah. So he put himself in a better position because he felt like he was on the outs pretty immediately.
Yep.
So that's interesting. I do want to stay on David just for a little bit because the decision was between Rachel and him, as we saw, and they did decide to split the votes because they felt like David had an idol, but they didn't end up
Mm-hmm.
splitting the votes on David. Why do you think uh, they did that?
I think they trusted in the fact that he's so paranoid he would have played it no matter what, and so they can just get rid of Rachel and her apparent ally, that one person who unfortunately talked to her a little too much.
Yeah, CC.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and
Do you think that makes sense?
I
I
it
thought it was a reasonably okay play.
yeah, I have no problem with what the guys did. I don't know everyone in the numbers. We'll just say Brett and his people.
Brett and company.
Yep. I think we saw David give that speech like, if you don't vote me out, I'm totally with you. I'm loyal. My vote is yours. Um, and maybe they said, okay, fine, that'll work. And if he has an idol, he's probably paranoid enough that he's gonna play it.
Yep.
Um, but at the same time, do you think they should have voted David out had they had the chance?
I think they're gonna want to get rid of him pre-merge or pre-shuffle because he's not gonna be a person you can really trust in. I think. I
Yeah,
think as soon as he gets a little paranoid, he's gonna jump ship to
immediately.
whatever seems safer.
Yeah,
So
and I kind of feel like he would fit in better with the Millennials. Just his
probably.
energy seems way too wiry for those old geezers at Gen X. Oh man. All right. Were there any other players that you felt stood out to you throughout that first episode,
Uh, Players
for
who
good
stood
or
out
bad?
to me. I mean, okay, so there was Mari who got a really good edit, but I don't think she really did anything.
No, she didn't really have to.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
think.
didn't go to tribal and all that.
Yeah. I agree. I thought all her confessionals were like all strategy, all the time. Um, which is great. Makes her look really smart in terms of the game, and I think we could see her going pretty far in the game based on that alone. We did see actually when the millennials were kind of having that powwow and it's like, hey, those people are getting together over there, and Mari was kind of leading the charge of like, we have the numbers here and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, she looked really good this episode.
Mm.
I agree.
And then on the flip side of that is the bro down that happened. The
Serious
Triforce
bro
bro down.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Triforce of stupid.
It's it's hilarious how they didn't seem to notice or care that they have no numbers whatsoever. It's like Triforce power, we can do
Yeah,
it.
it's
Video
like
games will save me.
I'm
No,
really I'm really driving with this guy Jay. It's
yeah.
like, yeah, and I've got a good feeling about Figgy, and it helps that she's kind of cute too. It's just holy shit, like giant meathead alliance, like of all time. Uh,
But they're not gonna go anywhere.
they can't.
You're gonna be gone in like
I hope so.
pre-merge
If
also.
they somehow get in power and go deep into this game, this season is just going to suck
Gonna suck so
so hard.
hard.
It's like if Fabio from Nicaragua, who won, ended up in power and was making decisions. That would have gone horribly.
Didn't
He
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 win?
he won, but he went on an immunity run to win.
Okay.
He was just the last guy they picked off and didn't pick him off because they couldn't.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. Um, that was brutal. All right, a couple of things we can touch. Zeke, like I said, he made fire,
Yep.
makes himself look really good. Michelle also on the Millennials tribe, I think.
Yes.
Yes, because she was the fourth in that Triforce.
Wait,
She's like kind of on the
it
outs.
was?
Yeah,
I thought Michelle was the one who found the day 36 at
that's
the beginning.
Jessica.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's confusing because who the hell are all these people? And like
Yep.
20 is so many people. It's really hard to get a good sense of all of them. No, Michelle's the missionary recruiter, and people kept going up to her and just like,
Yeah.
I feel like I can trust you, which is the same reason that I felt like Denise was going to go far back in the Philippines. She won that season.
Yes.
I get different vibes from them, but for the same reason, she could go pretty far if people are
Yeah, I
trusting.
really hope that she takes advantage of it and just leaves all of the, you know, ethics at home
Yes,
and just
please. Yeah. Um, so those are the only ones that I really want to talk to, other than Jessica. because Jessica has the legacy advantage.
Which is a pretty cool concept, I think.
Yes. We don't
Why
know
don't
what
you
it
explain it
does.
to the audience?
Okay, audience. Jessica found an envelope during the initial scramble to grab supplies for each tribe, where if she is still in the game on day 36, she gets an advantage. We don't know what that is. But if she is voted out before then, she has to will the legacy advantage to another player.
And at that point, it will become completely public who has it, I assume.
I don't know.
Do
That's
you
the
think she should
real
will it,
question.
like, on her way after her thing is snuffed, or maybe
Right,
before?
that's the question. Like, is Jeff gonna be like, the tribe has spoken, and by the way, give
Remember
it
that thing
off?
in your pocket?
Yeah.
Hope you didn't
Or,
leave it at camp.
yeah, right? The producer's like, hey, Jessica, why don't you bring that tonight? Just in case you get voted out.
Just in case everyone's been throwing your name around and no one
Yeah.
calls you.
So, see, they can't do it that way. It must say you have to bring it to tribal every time or something like
Maybe.
that. Or like once she's voted out of the game, she has to then pick a person and it just like shows up for them the next day or something like that. Like I don't understand how they're
It's
gonna
just
do that.
under their pillow.
Yeah, the
Under
tooth
their big
fairy.
boop.
Yeah.
Randomly fell.
So I don't know how they're gonna do that. That's the real question for me. And also, what the hell is the advantage?
Yeah.
Because day
I think she
36
goes
is
on.
late.
It's super deep. It's a 39-day game.
Yeah, that's finale time, really. So I
So
mean,
they're gonna do a final two.
should we start that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Final
based
two.
on the edit, it's like Mari and Michelle, right? Maybe
Yeah.
Brett's there.
That'd be great, but he's probably gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah,
I really hope it's not him
because he
because
seems to
he
know what he's
actually
doing.
played the game.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be mad.
yeah, yeah. So next time on Survivor, someone on the Gen X tribe seems to have a heart attack. They say heart attack.
We assume it's Gen X. It could be a millennial.
Well,
What if
I
it's an
I only assume Gen X because David was like freaking out and he had like a thing where he said something about like it was so scary or something like that.
Oh, that means it's not him.
It doesn't appear. Maybe it is him and he had a heart attack.
Maybe
He's
he thought
going
it was
like
so scary.
300 miles a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be. But
Yeah.
yep,
Okay, so we're gonna see that next week.
yep,
The weather wasn't enough.
nope.
They gotta have, their body strength to kill them.
Yes, that's the key for Survivor nowadays. You have to try to die to win. Also next time there's love blooming at the Millennials beach and one of the bros is like, "Hey bro, she's trying to do something to you. You're gonna slip," and I don't remember. One of the bros out of Taylor and Jay is upset because the other bro is like falling for Chick.
Bro.
Yeah. So
Which
that's
one was the one who was like, maybe I'll get a husband? That was so painful.
it might have been
Just,
Figgy.
I think it was Figgy.
It might have been Figgy. Yeah.
Because her name is Figgy.
Yeah. Just gonna go for a look for a husband on Survivor. Yep. The old classic Robin Amber tale. That's what she's out there for. God damn it, I hope they don't go far. That would be so awful. That's all I have on people.
Yeah. And then there was a cyclone.
Yep, there was
They got
weather.
evacuated, guys.
Yeah. And apparently went to a white room where there was nothing in it.
And they just sit there quietly.
They just sat there in silence.
Awkward.
Yep. I kind of don't believe that they were silent. I think that's ridiculous. They said producers were watching over them, but I mean, come on. For 24
it makes
hours.
sense for them to be silent. I mean, for them to want them to be silent because they can't really capture their talking.
Yeah.
So
they could have. They should have. They should have shown us where they were. Why not?
In a tiny white room.
Yeah, why not?
And then just like confessionals in the corner of the room, like, David's a fucking idiot.
Exactly. Why not? That's that. But yeah, it was kind of crazy, and they both shelters I think were kind of messed up. At least the Millennials were.
The Millennials was really bad because they didn't actually do anything.
They did a bad job.
I think they had to do a job to do a bad job. They did not even do a job.
Yeah, no.
Just kind of partied.
Yep.
and then they put some wood on the ground and tried to sit on it,
And then it didn't
or it
work.
broke.
Yeah. Um.
I mean, it was telling enough when tree mail was a tarp.
Yeah.
Like, shit's
Yeah.
gonna go down.
Yes. Yeah. They literally got a free tarp. Like that is crazy.
That has happened before, but not on like day 2.
No. No. Yeah. Like this is immediate. Like welcome to Survivor, and you might die. So here's a tarp. And also you might really die. So we're taking you off the beach.
And they
Crazy.
get back, and there's just a tree in the middle of it. They're like, this is
Yeah.
where you would have been crushed.
Yeah.
You're
Oh man. Crazy. Um. Yeah. Oh, actually, I have a question. What
yeah.
did you think at the very beginning? They split up the tribes, and Jeff is calling out, and he says you don't have to answer if you don't want to, or you don't have to out yourself. But he says someone here is born in 1997,
Yeah.
like just blowing up Will's spot.
I guess. I mean, I don't think it should be that important. Like, looking at him, he's obviously the youngest.
Yes,
I mean,
he doesn't sound
saying,
it because he's deep as fuck. But
yeah, I guess. But I mean, like, it's gonna be pretty clear that he's a high schooler. Like, maybe you'll think, oh, maybe he's in first year university, but
right.
he's gonna be an idiot. He's
Yes.
gonna be a high school aged person. Like,
Yes.
it's not. I don't think he's screwed because of
Okay. I agree with you. But then he goes to the person born in 63
it.
and also outs them. And that's the one that I more have a problem with because old age is a lot more vulnerable to an early vote than the younger player.
Yes and no, because I think this season there is a much lower cap on the oldest person. Like, there are no baby boomers because it's Gen X versus millennial.
Yep.
So there's not really like a super old person who's gonna be like, doing crunches on the beach or whatever.
They should have done that. They should have had a third tribe of baby boomers.
Yeah, they coulda.
They shouldn't have done
That
that.
tribe would have had a rough time.
They just like Joe and Rudy just hanging out.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Well, um okay, what did you think of the challenge and the fact that they had shortcuts in the challenge which added to the puzzle total number of puzzle pieces that you had to complete?
I think you made a very good point during it, which was that Jeff really wanted the narrative to be millennials taking all the shortcuts, and
Yeah.
it did not happen that way.
No. The Gen Xers took 2 shortcuts, the millennials only took 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
And millennials
millennials
won.
won. My view is don't take any shortcuts. Take 50 pieces for the puzzle and not 70.
Yeah, it depends on how good you are at puzzles, and I don't know. With a puzzle, once you get past a certain point, you get it, and you can kind of just throw shit around. I think. I don't know. In
Probably,
Survivor, it
but the
kind of seems
point
that way.
but 20 pieces is
That's a
that
lot.
point is a lot further where you could just start nailing everything in. It's a lot harder to start on a 70-piece puzzle. And, the Millennials only had 60, which is not that big of a difference. I really think they shouldn't have taken any shortcuts. But
Yeah, they're probably gonna gone across that balance beam.
yeah, like once they had already not taken a shortcut, I think you lean into that. You just commit. That's it. We're not doing any shortcuts. And especially if you see them taking it, it's like, well, they're ahead because they took a shortcut. Just let them be ahead, and then we'll catch them on the puzzle, like they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's my belief.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't a whole lot,
No, I
but
mean,
just
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm optimistic for the season. 20,
a
20
good,
people's a lot.
good turnaround.
Yeah. I really feel like we're gonna have some medevacs, a couple double boots. We have to. There's 20 people. Um,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a medevac and someone going home tomorrow.
gonna be a rough
Two
season,
days from
guys.
now. Yep. Cyclone's
But
gonna
they're
just
not
be
like announcing it quite as much as like this season on Survivor.
no.
Everyone's gonna get fucked up, so get ready for a bunch of medevacs.
Yeah. Instead, they're just like millennials, Gen X, woo, conflict.
The culture
Stupid.
war.
Yeah, it's a culture war. That's what he literally said that in the first line. It's a
Yeah.
culture war. Dear Lord. They're not that different. Like he really has to be careful with that. I mean, it's already aired and that's when he's doing that, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
Boom.
all I got.
I think we nailed it.
We definitely nailed it.
Came back with fire.
It's a good thing we did all that meticulous planning.
So much planning. Yeah.
It was well worth it.
Yep. I think the production looks great.
Yeah.
We've
Definitely that.
once again upped it to support the latest logo for Survivor. So,
among many other, technological improvements that I'm sure you're going to notice at home.
yep, made
So
Chris
you're
louder. Yep. So, you're welcome, fans of the show, and welcome back to another season of something we'll maybe finish when it's all over.
we're gonna finish. We finished technically. We finished last season.
We did.
Just now.
We did.
We did.
It's dog shit. Sia showed up. What the fuck is Sia doing on the? Get off the stage, Sia.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That was weird.
Yeah. So mad. I hated
was...
that. The reunion. Every year the reunion is one of my favorite parts, and I fucking hated that reunion. Hated that. So stupid.
Oh,
ah, Christ. Whatever. Michelle's a shitty winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yep. Okay. I think we nailed it. We're just rambling at this point.
We are.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna be back at some point. Maybe we should talk about Harmontown at some point or something.
Well, we can, but we should do we should do winner picks.
We should do winner picks. All right. Can they be the same person?
Yeah, I was gonna be like 1, 2, 3, Brett.
I mean,
wait, but what if he gets medevac? Then I'm gonna be sad.
Oh, I mean, is Brett your winner pick?
I don't know. I want to wait until next week, just to make sure he doesn't get wait until tomorrow. If he gets a medevac, I'm gonna be salty.
I don't think I can allow that.
I'm fine, Mari.
Yeah, Mari's my winner pick. I think it makes too much sense because she's a pro gamer.
Yeah.
Even though she's not a pro gamer.
I know.
She's an entertain. She's a YouTuber.
She's a YouTuber.
She's an entertainer. She's not. She's in the entertainment industry. She does not compete at video games.
She plays Minecraft, right? So,
Does she?
Not even...
I don't know. I know she works with Smosh. That's all I know. Part of that whole stuff.
Because I know what that is.
You don't know what Smosh is?
I don't.
They're pretty funny.
I'm an old
Gen Xer. All right. We're done. Your winner pick is Mari.
Mari.
All right, we're both on Mari to win. She's gonna get medevac in the next episode, or she's gonna get voted out. That's it. Yeah. That's great. No, she's obviously gonna win, because of the edit in the first episode. Yep. All right, we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in a few days to recap episode 2. I almost forgot the number. We're 2 episodes deep. Yep. And until then, bye.